Frank Masterson worked as a car mechanic in a small town in Arizona. He had just turned 50. His hands were tired and his heart deeply scarred. He had once had a family, a home, a son, but after the death of his wife Laura, everything fell apart. Frank broke down. He started drinking, became estranged from his son Travis, and at the age of 20, he simply disappeared from his life. Almost 20 years passed. One day, Frank found a letter in his mailbox, a real paper letter with a distinctly familiar handwriting. "Dad, I know we haven't spoken in years. I have a son. He is 4. And he asks about his grandfather. If you want, we'll be in Indiana for Christmas. I'm not expecting anything. I just thought you should know." Frank sat with the letter in his hands for a long time. Then he packed his things, got into an old pickup truck and set off for Indiana, across deserts, snowy plains and silence, which for a long time had been his only companion. Along the way, he stayed in roadside motels and talked to strangers who, unbeknownst to him, helped him melt the ice inside him. Joe, an old trucker who shared stories from Vietnam. Leslie, a coffee shop owner who had also lost a loved one. Each conversation was like a small confession. When Frank arrived, snow covered Indiana with a white carpet. A house on the outskirts, familiar and alien at the same time. A Christmas tree in the window, a child's silhouette. The toy in the boy's hands was wooden, just like the ones Frank used to make for Travis. He knocked. Travis didn't answer for a long time. When the door opened, father and son looked into each other's eyes for the first time in decades. "Hi, Dad." "Hi." The house was warm. The boy was not afraid. On the contrary, he came over. "Are you the grandfather who makes things out of wood?" Frank smiled. "I guess so, although I haven't done anything for a long time." That evening, when the boy fell asleep, Travis and Frank sat with cups of coffee. The silence between them was heavy. "It took me a long time to forgive you," Travis said. "You disappeared." He was silent. "I know, I lost myself with Laura, but I don't want to die a stranger to you. What do you want, Dad?" "Opportunity. To be a grandfather, to be close to you." The next morning, Frank and his grandson were making a railway in the garage. Travis watched silently from behind the threshold. Something was changing in his eyes. On Christmas Day, they had dinner together. Travis remembered Laura singing Home Alone songs with them, and for the first time in a long time, he laughed. In the evening, standing by the Christmas tree, Frank handed his son an old photograph, the three of them happy. "Forgive me," he said. "Not as a father, as a man, I forgive you." And then they hugged for the first time in 20 years without words. Simply. The next morning, the snow had not yet melted, but something else had changed in their souls. The little boy was laughing as he played with a wooden train, and Frank and Travis were sitting on the porch, wrapped in blankets. "Will you stay a little longer?" asked Travis. "I'll stay as long as you keep me," replied Frank. And for the first time in years, his chest didn't hurt. It was warm and there was hope.